Hey there, welcome back to the channel. My name's Nate. We're right back here working on this Ford 545A backhoe. So if you haven't seen the videos, we've got a ton of videos on it, and we're working towards tearing into this beauty right here and figuring out why I've got a bent push rod in that third cylinder there, and tearing it apart, rebuilding it, and getting it back on that machine. That way we can get it running. But what we're doing today is right here in the transmission, right in here in the transmission, there's a pickup tube with a screen on it. It's this right here is your this right here is your transmission pump. That's your valve body right there. This is your valve. So up there on the dash on your left hand, this is with the 4-speed Ford reverse transmissions. There's a lever right up here on the dash. There's a rod that comes in here. Yeah, this rod right here comes in here and then goes through the transmission right here. And when you pull that lever up top, it moves this valve here in and out, and that's how you move from forward and reverse. So right in behind here is a screen on the pickup tube, and it's probably never been cleaned. So that's what we're going to do today. And you can only get to it by splitting the tractor. So while we got this part already, we're going to go ahead and do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is clean some of this dirt out that's in here. That way things are a little bit cleaner. Okay, and then go ahead and blow as much of this stuff out of there. That way nothing falls in there when we take that the valve body off. Alright, that ought to be good. Make sure if you do blow that out, that you cover up your pump here, so that way you don't have a bunch of that sand go up in there. Don't do like I just did, but it don't look that bad. So when you do this, there's a seal right here that seals the pump, and then right in behind the pump here there's another seal. I'll show you all that here in a little bit. And then on the valve cover back here, there's an O-ring, or there's a gasket back there, and that's all you need to change when you do this. So right now there's a pin right here and a cotter key up on top there that we need to get to. Let's see, I'm gonna see if I can spin that in here. Yeah, there we go. Should be able to get to that better there. All right. Let's see if I can get to that. All right, there it is. And pin ought to come right out like that. So I'll just put these to the side so I don't lose them. Okay, and now you can shift that back out of the way there. So now we need to pull this transmission pump right here off, and then we can start working back. I have already drained the transmission fluid out of this, by the way. Look at how dirty that is. That's ain't been changed in a while for sure. And I do have my seal off of this pump here already, as you can tell. So let's go ahead and get this off right quick. All right, and then this whole pump right here just pops off like that. Right there's your pump. And that seal I was talking about is right in here. This one is hard as a brick. So before you can actually take that valve body off there, there's a tube that runs from right inside of here and on the inside of the valve body that you got to take out. So this is a 1.5 inch bolt right here you got to take off, and this line here goes up there to the transmission cooler. So we'll go ahead and pull that off and get that line out. Okay. I don't remember if it only has one way it goes on or what, but we'll figure it out. Oh, awesome. This one came out with it. That is awesome. I love that. So on my 4500, it does not come out with this. That's great news there. The only thing that I have to do is get this line right here out of the way so I can pull that out the rest of the way. Either got to do that or pull this right there off. Man, I'm so glad they have that attached inside of here. Either that or it's just stuck, because on the 4500 you got to get some pliers and go, it's like way up in here and it's hard to get to. So that makes me happy there. All right, let me get some pliers or a wrench and get this here off and spun around. So this is a 1 inch right here. Wow, it's really on there. Ah, okay. If I didn't mention it earlier, everything I'm doing here will work on 4500s for sure with the forward reverse transmissions, because I've done this exact same thing on a 4500. The 3500s, I would imagine they're the same, but I don't know for sure. And I also not 100% sure about the 555s. But if I had to guess, I would say they're similar to this. I do know that the valve body up here is a little different on 4500s than what this one here is. Get that out of the way. Pull this out with this tube here. If it'll come out all the way. It may not. It's got to come out. May have to break this here loose too. Yeah, may have to do that unless I can. Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna have to break this here loose, because it ain't gonna. All right, let me see if I can get this broke loose right quick. Oh, there it goes. Didn't have it in the hole there. I'll just tighten this down here so it doesn't roll on me. All right, we'll see if I can get this one here broke loose. This may be a little bit easier, hopefully. Hopefully, it'll be easier. Okay, yeah. That was way more easier. Yep. All right. Got a little bit of oil draining off of there. All right, now this should come right on out now. Okay. Come on. Come on, my fingers are slipping right now. Okay. Hopefully this loader frame is not in the way. Shouldn't be. Oh, there we go. That right there is what she looks like. All right, now we can get back to pulling this valve body off. Let's see, is that gonna go? Oh yeah, oh yeah, it'll go on there. It's on there now. Okay. All right, perfect. Let's see, I may need to pry it there a little bit. All right, let me see if I can pry this apart a little bit here. There it comes. I think on my 4500 I actually had to knock this roll pin out of right there and get this up out of the way, but I'm going to try to get this out leaving that in there. All right, so I've got this bolt right here to take out and that other one up there on top, and this should be pretty much free. Oh, is it going to come? Is it going to come? Yes. All right, right there's your pickup. Oh man, this thing's heavy. Oh man, this thing is heavy. Let me get this thing out of the way here. So right there, right in, it may be hard to see, but right there's what we're after, that pickup right there. So there's just an O-ring right here that seals it on the outside of the that valve body, and then right there is a .532. So just pull that out right here. Set that up to the side, and this should come out, hopefully. Okay, so now we've got to get this snap ring out of here and pull these clutches out of the housing. That way we can get the housing off. All right. There's that, and this should come right out. This right in here is your clutch pack with all your forward and reverse clutches. So let's see if we can get all these out of here. All right, and right in here is a snap ring, and once we get that off, this whole thing will just slide on out. So let me go grab my pliers and we'll get that out right quick. All right, let me get this snap ring out of here. It'll stay still. Come on. Come on. Okay, there is that. And this should slide on out of here now. Looky there. Looky there. All right. And now, all right, so now your screen that we were going for, this pickup screen here, comes right on out. So I'm going to go clean this up with a little diesel fuel right quick, and we'll start putting her back together. This is just some old diesel I had laying around that I'm going to use to clean this up with. All right, that'll be enough. All right, I'm gonna let that sit down there and soak for a while, and then I'll come back and check on it. And I've got the clutches down here soaking in some transmission fluid for right now. That way, when I go putting them back on, they'll be nice and lubed up. All right, it's been in here soaking for about 3 hours. Look at that. Look at how good that looks. I mean, there's a little bit of sludge right in here, but I think I can blow that out. I mean, that looks almost brand new. All right, I'm just gonna blow the rest of this junk up out of here, and we'll start putting her back together. Alright, let's start putting her back together. Alright, put that right back there. Now get that tighten back down here. Come on, give it back. Give it. All right. Got a new O-ring to go on there also. Lube this up here so it'll slide on here nicely. There we go, just like that. All right, and we're gonna put our clutch housing back in here. just took a little encouragement, but it snapped in place there. Now we can put our snap ring on and back in here. There, look at that. Look at that. All right, and we've got our clutches up front here to put in now. So that goes right there. And if you ever have to replace these, the forward and reverse I think are the same ones. Alright, that goes right there. Then we got our input shaft right here. And our snap ring. Okay, that sounds good. That feels good. Bearing's nice and smooth there. So these here are the parts you're going to need. The oil pump seals, they're both identical as far as the part number goes. And it's D8NN 7N089AA, but they just look a little bit different. Either one will work. I'm going to use this one right here. This is the same one that I used on my 4500. And then this right here is your seal that goes between your oil pump and the valve body. I'll put a link in the description with the well, not a link, but I'll put the part numbers down there. That way you know what you need if you're going to do this. I'm going to grab a chisel here and see if I can get this off of here. This thing is so brittle. think it's just got some sealant in 3 or 4 different spots around here, and that's all it's holding it on. Use my finger and plug that hole right there. Okay. All right, there's that crumbly mess. And I think I still got, yeah, I still got this seal right here. That I need to get off. There we go. All right, well, I'll go ahead and put this back in there and get it back together the rest of the way. All right, let me get this new gasket on there and we'll get it back up in there. Goes on there, just not like that. That's backwards. Goes on there just like that. Looky there, looky there. There wasn't any sealant on there before, so I'm not going to put any sealant going back on there. All right, let's get this valve body back up in there. Oh man, this thing's heavy. Slide right on past there. Just and right up in there like that. I'll start putting these bolts back in here and get them torqued down. Oops. One more right up here on top. Okay, so now we're gonna torque these bolts down here to 50 foot-pounds. Just kind of going in a crisscross back and forth. Okay. All right, that's all of them. All right, let's go ahead and put our seal between the oil pump and the valve body. There's a little groove right there that it kind of sets in. There we go, just like that. All we need now is to put our oil pump on here. So for this oil pump seal here, if you use a 2-inch PVC coupling, it's just the right size to slide around there on the edge, and then you just take your little hammer here. I'm just using a dead blow to knock it on there. This one. Oops, sorry. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and put this oil pump up in there. Ouch! Man, that is sharp. Alright. Got these 4 bolts here to put in now. And then these here we're going to torque down to 17 foot-pounds. Alright, so I just need to put the transmission cooler line back on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw the torque converter back in here, so that way that input shaft right there doesn't rust or nothing. Alright, let me get this tube stuck back in here. Let's see if I can make it in that hole there. Let's see, where's that? Is that it? Nope. There, see, it does come out. All right, let me see if I can get that lined up here. Oh, okay, yeah, just nope, that ain't it. Where is it? Is that it? That's it. There it is. There it is. Yeah, that's how it was, just like that. I ain't gonna snug it down real tight right now until I get this all back together, because I really don't remember which way it went. I think it was this way. Man, it would kind of make sense that that's how it goes, but I'll wait and tighten that down later. And the only other thing I need to not forget is to put this pin back in there. Okay, could pull that out a little bit. That way this lines up a little bit better. All right, I've got a new cotter pin I'm going to put in here. That other one, that old one was too mangled up, so just going with the new one here. Alright, there we go. So there's neutral, and one of these is forward and reverse. So all I need to do now is go ahead and put that torque converter in here, back on here. That way none of this stuff up in here rust, and we'll be done. Get this torque converter back up in here. And right there I've got her all put back together, and I've just got these blocks in there holding that torque converter up there so it doesn't fall out. So that's going to be it for today's video. Hope it helps someone out there. If y'all have any questions, leave a comment down there below and I'll see if I can answer it for you. I'll go ahead and put them torque specs and the part numbers down there in the description. And this is it for everything on this backhoe except the engine. So the next thing we'll be doing on this backhoe is turn that engine apart. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Have a good one.